Hello everybody, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and I'm a psychic medium. I'm a mystic psychologist. I like to use my gift to help people heal themselves and of spiritual, emotional, physical stuff that's going on, and I get in touch with your higher self. So I'm not reading your energy. Some psychics do that. They read your energy and you just get confirmation of what you're already dreaming of or thinking, which isn't necessarily the truth. What I do is I connect in with your higher self. That is the part of you that's in spirit form all the time. The part of you that it always is before you incarnate. And so let me know where you're watching from, if you're on here live with me. And if you've got a question, I'll pull some cards for you and let's see what your higher self has to say. Now, if you do want a private reading with me, they're available from my website, behealing.com. That's behealing.com. I've been doing this for over 25 years now, solely online since 2012, when I closed my shop down because online got so busy. And yeah, I love doing it. I'm also an author and got a few other things going on. So if you're on here live with me, you're going to have to be a subscriber for 1 minute, at least 1 minute, in order to chat publicly. I've got a little blue thing there. I don't know what it is. Oh, let's close that down. So if you're on here, say hello, where are you watching from, and would you like some cards pulling out? First of all, I'm going to get some cards out for the collective and see what the guides want to say to all of us. Message for all of us right now. I'm trying these lives out at different times of day. Usually I'll do them in the morning, but it's lunchtime for me now. It's midday, so let me know if this is a good time for you as well. We're starting out with the Fool card. The Fool card is about new beginnings. It's about throwing ourselves courageously into the void, into the unknown. It's sometimes about facing the void as well, that in-between part where you don't know what's going to happen and you've got no guarantees and it's very uncomfortable. The Fool is courageous when they can't see what's ahead. And we've got the Chariot here. Now the Chariot is often headed toward victory, headed toward good times. However, the Chariot is also about being pulled in two directions. And so putting these two together, we're being asked to be courageous as we face this void at the moment, the void before all of the change that's coming for us is happening, and we need to be courageous in that. Those of you that are listening to me are front runners in this, leaders in this, and we're the ones that have to kind of start it off. We're the ones that have to let go first and courageously go into it. The Chariot says, yeah, you're going to be pulled in two directions. Your internal battles, got anxiety coming up, fears and all kinds of things, and we've got to deal with those within ourselves. We, you and I, those of you watching me, we're not the ones to follow. We're not the ones to wait until everyone else does it. We'll be waiting forever if we do that. Hey Kim, good to see you here again. Some love cards for you again, Kim. Cool. How's this time for you, Kim? I thought perhaps tomorrow I'm going to do one later. I do love doing live. I love connecting with people and I love my work. And so you'll notice, if you're a subscriber on my channel, you'll notice that I just put a load of content out because I love doing it. And my guides give me the inspiration to do it as well. Okay, what have we got for you, Kim? Okay. 8 of Wands. You've addressed something, you've communicated with somebody. This feels like a past energy. When you spoke up for yourself within a relationship, perhaps to challenge somebody, it caused an ending. 10 of Swords, it caused an ending, a painful ending. Now, when we're in relationships that are, I call them lesson relationships, to teach us something. Well, all relationships are lesson relationships. It's like everything we choose, whether it's relationships or whatever in life, there's always going to be a mixture of gift and challenge in it. So when we have these relationships and we're supposed to learn maybe to stand up for ourselves or to speak up for ourselves or something like that, you're given that relationship to practice that. And then when you do it and you don't get the result that you wanted from it, it can feel like a failure. feel like you failed. It's like, well, I did that and I didn't get what I wanted from it. The universe says, no, you didn't get what you wanted from it, but you did good. You spoke up for yourself. It doesn't matter what the other person's response to that is. It doesn't mean that you're a failure. So you've got to practice in a past relationship, speaking up for yourself directly, calling them out on something or speaking up. And that was a good thing. It's just got this feeling that because you didn't get the result that you want, you kind of didn't think you did the right thing. And your guides want to say, you know, you did do the right thing, continue. Your next relationship perhaps will be one where you speak up and they will hear you, right? Which is a whole new set of lessons, right? It's a whole new set of lessons when we have gone through those kind of empowerment lessons in relationships, and then we get with somebody, because we keep on, you know, getting better and better. Hopefully, we keep on choosing better and better for ourselves, and hopefully the next one will be somebody that does hear you and will like respond in the way that you want them to respond from that. So does that resonate with you, Kim? Have you done that before? I know in the last, my last narcissist relationship, I did that too. I spoke up, and like, of course he had a meltdown, he was a narcissist, but I felt so proud of myself. So even though it was a terrible relationship, because you can't have a good relationship with a narcissist, I was proud that I didn't back down this time. I stood up for myself. I didn't let things lie. And yeah, for sure, he didn't have the emotional intelligence, or perhaps other kinds of intelligence too, to respond and for it to work, kind of thing, in what I did. But I still felt proud of myself, and I still would do it again in any relationship. So there you go. That's exactly what happened. So yeah, don't hold back. You take the next step and you ask for a relationship with someone that is actually going to hear that and respond to it in kind. Meet you at that level. You know what I mean? Because I think those people that are following me tend to be codependent, nice, good-hearted, and that comes with its problems, right? I met online this really lovely girl, really lovely lady, I should say, not girl. Not infanticize, you know what I mean. This lovely lady, but she clearly has very chaotic energy, and we hit it off at first, you know, we were messaging back and forth, and it was really lovely until I got to see, you know, in a few days' time exactly what she's like. She's got this chaotic energy, and she was messaging me like, I'd look at my phone like 5 minutes later, and there was literally, I could scroll. It was full of like short videos from her and text, like just so fast I couldn't keep up. It was too much, right? And so I had to draw a boundary. At the time, I was having to find somewhere new to live. I was being evicted from my other place. I had a lot on, and I told her, I messaged her saying, I can't deal with this at the moment, and I need space because I've got a lot on right now. You're sending messages so fast I can't even read them, and I can't watch the videos, and I just need space because I've got a lot on. Anyway, so I drew that boundary, and she didn't respond very well to it. She told me to open my heart. So she didn't respect that boundary, and so I just had to back off then. It's like, okay. But the reason I'm bringing her up is because she doesn't see what she's doing. And I know she doesn't see what she's doing because lately she started posting about being abandoned. Now, I didn't abandon her. I asked for space because I had a lot going on. And the energy that she wanted from me was way too much. And I just didn't have it to give at that time. And I have checked in with her. I messaged her a few days ago saying, hey, how are you? I don't want constant communication with her. I don't have space for that. But of course, I want her to be my friend. So, but she was very short with me. And so it's like interesting that she's talking about abandonment now. And the reason I'm bringing this up is a lot of us good-hearted people tend to have these issues where we're not exactly, we think when we're doing it that we're all loving and giving and we're not the problem and it's everyone else abandoning us and stuff like that, and we don't see our side of the fence of what it is that we're doing. I see that she doesn't see that in herself, but she'll figure it out. You know, she's intelligent, she's got emotional intelligence, she will figure it out. But I think well, I know because I've had to do it myself. When we've got codependency, when we think we're overly giving, but what we're actually doing is putting a lot of energy on people that perhaps don't have the bandwidth for it, have got their own stuff going on. It's kind of tricky, isn't it, to look at our side of the fence. It's like, well, how do people perceive me? Especially with codependency, because when we're codependent, we get into relationships, we want to help everybody, we want to do it all, and we see that as being loving and giving, which it is. But then there's also that other side of it where we're too much, and it's actually a selfish kind of an energy because we want to help, like we need to be needed, that kind of thing. Kim, you're feeling like it's a twin flame connection, really? Well, you know, I heard a lot about twin flames for many years, and not once did my guides ever talk about twin flames. And so at the time, I'd been like doing professional readings for like 20 years. It's like, well, if twin flames are a thing, wouldn't it have come up in my readings at some point? I've done thousands, maybe tens of thousands of relationship readings, and it never came up. And then a few years ago, imagine my surprise when my guides started talking about twin flames. And I'm like, really? It's true? How come you've not mentioned them before? And they said because there's not very many of them, and they're not even got together yet. They're starting to come in within these next few years. And it is what they explained. They said what other people have been saying about is just normal relationships. You know, you trigger each other and all of that kind of thing. That's not twin flame. Twin flames are those who like divine masculine and divine feminine. So you've done a lot of work on yourself to reach this point where you are healed and, you know, as healed as you can be, and you know yourself, and then they come together and they've got a role to play together. It's a leadership role to play together. So why are you thinking it's a twin flame connection? Because my guides have said it's just wrong what other people have been saying about those triggering relationships. That's just relationships. That's just your regular relationship. We trigger each other and all of that. And that pull that we feel toward people, it's the pull of the law of attraction, you know? It's the pull of attraction. It's like that person has got something for us, but it's a lesson if there is that triggering stuff. Hello, Cam. Did the lady you DM this morning manifest into her life? Looking for a good man and reaching back out to me. She's a Libra. I don't understand the question. Hang on, I'll read it again. Hello, liker and subscriber, Cam. Thank you so much for subscribing. Did the lady I DM this morning manifest into her life? Looking for a good man and reaching back out to me. Okay. I think I get it. So, what about this lady? Let's find out. Where are you watching from, Cam? Where in the world are you? I'm in monsoon right now. I'm on a little island in Thailand where I've lived for the last 9 years. Absolutely love it here. I did my kickboxing training this morning at a gym that I help manage. And then when I got home, it started pouring down because we're in monsoon season at the moment, and I quite like it, but everything's damp and there's mosquitoes everywhere. At 1:11 a.m. What are you doing awake? You should be asleep, Ken. That's a twin flame. US. Okay. So, asking about your lady there, Page of Pentacles, right at the start of something. Hasn't thought too much into it. You're asking about her energy. What's she calling in at the moment? Is she looking for something serious, right? Looking for a good man. Is that you then, Cam? Good man. Interesting. High Priestess is out next, and so she is following her intuition. Feels like a little bit wary energy to me, but that'll be all women at the moment, I think. Or women that have been in relationships with men. King of Swords. Yeah, wanting to gain clarity. So this is somebody, she's trusting her intuition and all of that, but she's King of Swords, but the female version of the King of Swords. So it's definitely her. She is wanting to, she wants to be really clear on it. This is somebody who has speeded into relationships previously and got burned by it. You know, getting too attached too soon before you really get to know someone, you end up getting burned by that. And so she is aware of that and she wants to take it slower. So she is going to curtail her enthusiasm, and so that she like monitors herself so she doesn't get in too soon. What's her intuition? Well, Page of Pentacles, this is right at the start. I don't know whether, let's ask, what is her intuition saying about Cam? Nice. The Emperor, Divine Masculine. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, she thinks you're a good guy. Seeing you as the Divine Masculine, there's a lot of hope there. Yeah, she has learned so much about herself of not rushing into relationships. She's going to take it really slowly. So yeah, don't let that put you off. That's a very healthy thing to do, right? It would only put someone off that's all up in their ego and wants that validation like sooner rather than later. Do you know what I mean? So have patience. Well, let's get some cards out. Guidance for Cam. Guidance for Cam. Sounds promising to me. I mean, the first card out was Page of Pentacles, though, so it's like very early days. This is when you're just like dreaming it up. It's when you're just connecting in with the energy, and it's a possibility when the Page of Pentacles. Okay, Two of Pentacles. This is your advice, which is about balance and strength. Interesting. So see what it brings up for you. Two of Pentacles. Holding things in the balance, finding some balance within yourself and being strong. Feels very promising to me. So let's see. Now, if I do predictive parts of the reading, I am looking at the energy. If it continues going on with the energy that she's at the moment and with the energy that you're at, this is a possible outcome. But you know, we've all got free will. And especially once I've told you something in a reading, you're likely to change your energy straight away. Where is this headed? You're going to like this, Cam. Ace of Cups, falling in love. You've got the go-ahead from the universe here. This could be very beautiful. But, you know, do know that she's a little bit wary. And so if you have patience with her and you're strong in that, yes, very good. Cool. Where did you meet? Did you meet online? I was always interested in where people met. Yeah, that's a very good card. Ace of Cups. You can't really get much better than that, hey? Fell in love a few months ago, but it was someone that doesn't live here. I tend not to date tourists, but this was a friend of a friend, and our mutual friend got in touch with me saying, hey, one of my friends is on your island at the moment. You should meet up for a drink or go out for dinner or something like that. And so he put us in touch with each other, and I suggested to him to meet up for sunset drinks. You know, and that way, if we don't get on, once the sun's gone down, it's like, oh, see you then. I need to get up in the morning, bye. And if we did get on, we could go to dinner, right? And so, yeah, we got on so well. Of course, we've got a mutual friend that is like, he's very close to him, and I'm quite close to our mutual friend too. So there was already that we're likely to get on. But yeah, it was great. He was here for another 4 days and went out to dinner. We went to sunset. Sometimes we hung out in the afternoons, took him on some like walks and stuff, or we hung out either at my pool or his pool. Then we went for sunset drinks each evening and went out to dinner. I had a lovely time. And on that 4th day, I was like, I'm starting to get attached to you and you're about to leave. Yeah, so it was nice to have that experience and to feel those feelings again. Met online. Well, there you go. Who else is watching, and would you like some cards? Let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, hello. Join me live. If you are watching the replay and you would like a reading from me, then subscribe to the channel. I will be going live at different points. And if you want a reading from me, go to my website, behealing.com. I've got written readings, 1-question readings. If you just want some quick guidance like that, so I got 1 question answered, then you can book those on my website. And as soon as I see it, I'll do it. I'll send it to you. My full readings as well, I can do written readings or do Zoom calls, 15 minutes, 30 minutes or 45 minutes. So book yourselves in. Been doing this for over 25 years. What did I just pull some cards out for then? I don't know. I don't know who I pulled these cards out for, but I've got 2 cards here. The Wheel of Fortune is about luck, and the 5 of Pentacles is like a refusal. It's a refusal to be lucky. It's a refusal to... this is like the energy of somebody who... It could be easy for them, but they don't want it to be easy. They want to prove their worth by being independent. It's that kind of an energy. Hi, Jessica. You're meant to be. Well, it's the go-ahead from the universe. And like I said before, when I'm looking into future energies, it's really based on where you're at the moment. And you do have free will, both of you. This is what makes relationships harder than anything else, because it's 2 variable energies. Rather than, you know, if I'm trying to manifest, I don't know, so like something in the garden, that's more of a constant energy, and then me being variable, and so it's easier for me to get in alignment with that. When you've got 2 people being variable, that's tricky. So, Jessica, it's been a while. Yes, I'm good. I moved house last week. This is my new place, my new pad. I'm very happy with it. I'm amongst the community now instead. I was in a resort before. You're welcome, Kim. Yes, get some sleep. It's late where you are. And sleep is important. I'm an early bird, me. I go to bed really early. As soon as the sun goes down, which is constant, like it's a constant time here, it's around 6:30, then I tend to eat like between 4 and 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And yeah, once the sun's gone down, I tend to be like asleep by 8 o'clock, 8:30, and then I get up super early. I'm awake by 5 o'clock in the morning. I love my mornings. Thank you. Yeah, I am loving it. My duvet cover, the duvet is very thin because it's hot here. They arrived yesterday, and so my bed is a little bit more comfortable. I've got that top sheet to put a little bit of colour in it. Mary Magdalene energy. Yes, I have been channeling her for about a week now. I don't ever remember channeling her before, but she popped into one of my personal meditations, Mary Magdalene, and she's got beautiful energy. Beautiful energy. And she's been, yeah, telling me, giving me guidance. I love it. Calm, so she can feel my energy. Shocked in a good way. Yeah. Well, I don't know whether she can feel your energy yet. It's early days. I mean, the first card out was the Page of Pentacles. It's early days, but it's looking good. Pursue it slowly, slowly. Hey, Taylor, where are you watching from? Mary Magdalene. She's got beautiful energy. Let's get some guidance from Mary Magdalene now. She's got such gentle energy, so spiritual. She's been telling me to slow down and to, yeah, it's like don't prove yourself so much. Maybe that message before was from her. Like, you could be really lucky. It could be really easy. Everything could be really easy and things fall in your lap. But sometimes we make it hard on ourselves, right? I make business hard. I make money hard. I make business hard. And everything else flows beautifully in my life. Why would I do that? It just feels like it's 3D. Business is 3D, you know? Even though I do this, which is not 3D. But since I moved to my new place, I'm collecting water now, especially, you know, I've got a bucket and it's collecting the rainwater off the roof, and I'm using it for washing up, and I'm using it for my bathroom as well. And I thought, this is really cool because I'm renting this place off one of my best friends. She lives next door with her husband, and she's got a restaurant. They've got a restaurant, La Pizzeria, and all of their staff live in a room there, and some of them in a room underneath that place. And then there's the other gym that I used to go to. The couple that own that live next door there, and then 2 doors away is my Thai friend, my Thai best friend. And so it's very much a community around here. And we've got some land out the front, and we've got a gardener here. So she employs a guy to look after this place. and which is amazing. And he's so sweet, and he can't speak any English. Well, he's learning a little bit, and so we have to do sign language with each other. He's so sweet though, and so I've been collecting this water. And I went out the other morning, early in the morning, to go to my old place because my cat did a runner, and I figured she'll be making her way back there. She's not there yet, but I went there to see if she was there, and there was this. It's called Mexican kale. They like grow on bushes, and you can just pull the leaves off and use it like kale. It's a little bit softer than kale. You can have it in like salads and stuff. I put it on my wraps. Anyway, it's so easy because these bushes, they grow all over the island. And I'm like, I want one of those bushes here. And so while I was there at my old place, I looked underneath one of these bushes. I think it's also called dinosaur kale. And there was a little baby growing, probably about that big. And so I plucked it out and I brought it back and I planted it. And so once I planted it and watered it, and then I went off doing my island things. And when I came back, the gardener was there, and so I brought him over and I showed him where I'd planted it, and then just kind of, I was kind of letting him know that when it grows high, to cut it so it doesn't get too high, so it grows outwards. Anyway, he understood, and then he got all excited, and he went to the bin that was right by the side of us, and he was filtering through the bin, and he got these packets out, and it's all seed packets, and it was lettuce, and it was rocket, and like cucumbers and stuff like that, and he'd been planting all of these seeds. And it's like, it said it's for you to eat this stuff. So the reason I'm saying this is that is easy, huh? I had in my mind, it wasn't even, I want a whole garden of veggies growing. It wasn't even that. I just thought, oh yeah, I collect water and it'd be more like a homestead, and I want to plant these things so that I can eat those leaves. And then suddenly at the same time, how easy is that? The gardener here is planting a whole garden, and he said it's for me outside of my place. That's easy. Now, if I could just make business that easy and money that easy, that would be good. Australia, Taylor, and whereabouts in Australia? I used to have a shop in Byron Bay where I did massage. It used to be called Byron Bay Neurotherapy as well. This business used to be called Byron Bay Neurotherapy. And then I changed its name within a couple of years to Be Healing, as I incorporated everything else, which was massage, energy healings, and psychic readings. And then when I was writing my first book back in 2011, and my shop was really busy, and people weren't managing to book in with me generally for readings, I'd get fully booked with them, started doing them, sending them by email and doing phone readings. And I put a button on my website to purchase the readings, and then boom, suddenly I didn't need to be in the shop anymore. And I've been working online ever since. And how joy. It can be that easy, that's the thing, but I can't seem to let go of my business enough for it to be that easy. And we're in changing times anyway, Capitalism is falling right now, so there's going to be, it's going to be disruptive. It's a new version of Psychic Cafe, it is. Jessica, Psychic Cafe, my goodness, that was a long time ago, wasn't it? That was a lot of fun. I used to do that every morning, hey? Psychic Cafe days. I just want to connect in with people. I've got better better internet here. Your journey took quite a turn, went inward, just now coming back out of it. And this popped up. Well, there you go. I've started offering Zoom calls, 15 minute, 30 minute, and 45 minutes that are bookable from my website, behealing.com, because it feels to me like the AI thing and the bots everywhere, it's ridiculous. You can't trust anything anymore, right? I'm emailing people and messaging people, and everyone's response is this you? Have you been hacked? Nobody believes that there's a human being on the other end of anything anymore. And so I felt like I need to do more of this face-to-face stuff. Hi, Sophia. There is a spot for a read. If you've got a question, ask me. I'm based in Adelaide. I've never been to Adelaide. I moved from the UK to Australia in the year 2000. I migrated. I got my residency before I went, which took 18 months to come through because I needed to get a divorce to get it. But yeah, at the time, back in 2000, they were still offering money for us to move to Adelaide. If you want to move to Adelaide. And I'm like, nah, thanks, I'll move to Byron Bay. Thank you, Sophia. Well, you're a subscriber now, and so you'll see my guided meditations. I just created a sleep. It's right in front of me now, underneath you guys on my Mac. A sleep meditation, You Are Enough. That'll be coming out next Tuesday evening for me. So yeah, I love making guided meditations. And so one week, there's a guided meditation comes out every Tuesday. If you want to be a member of my channel, then you'll get everything early. And so members will get the next 2 weeks worth of meditations ad-free straight away today. But if you just want to be a regular subscriber, then you'll get those every Tuesday. One week it's a sleep meditation, so this next week it's a sleep meditation, then it's like a day meditation. The next one, it's a morning meditation, I am enough. A sleep meditation, I am enough, and then a morning meditation the week after. Thank you, Sophia. Do I still believe in twin flames in the journey? I was just talking about this before with Kim. Yes, but my guides say that it's not what other teachers have been saying about, What other teachers have been saying is more like triggering relationships. It's just regular relationships. That's just everybody. That's what happens in relationships. And the compulsion to be with each other tends to be a kind of addiction or getting high off each other. It tends to be dysfunction. But yes, they started talking about twin flame relationships a few years ago, maybe 3 years ago. It's only recently. And then, but saying that it's like, we're going to see changes in leadership, and we're not headed toward a matriarchy. We're headed toward couples being leaders, whether that's of a place or whether it's of a business or company or a community kind of thing. We're going to see more grassroots thing and leadership being two people together doing it, so it's more balanced. And they told me that those couples that may be getting together now, maybe meeting each other around this time, will be getting together to fulfill that role. But yeah, I've never resonated with what other teachers were talking about twin flames before. I just didn't believe it. I didn't believe it because at the time when I first started hearing about twin flames, I'd already been a professional psychic for 20 years. And how can I have been doing it for 20 years and then never mentioned twin flames? It just didn't seem real to me at all. And every time I heard people speaking about twin flames, it just sounded like regular dysfunctional relationships. Right? You don't think you ever met a twin flame? Yeah, I don't think there's that many around. So, Sophia, Taylor, Joy, would you like a reading? I'll get some cards out. I'll get some cards out for you. If you've got a question, ask away. If anyone else is on, you'll need to be a subscriber for at least a minute in order to chat with me. And like I said, if you want to be a member of this channel, I picked the lowest amount that was possible to be members so that you can get the ad-free meditations, and you get my tarot readings early. You get them when I put them in instead of when I have to schedule them. YouTube doesn't like too many videos all at once. Nasro's secret feelings towards you. Sophia. 2 of Cups. There's a match. That's a love match. It's confusing, yeah. Oh, your intuition is right though. This is a love match. Okay, so why the confusion? Let's get into his energy. Is it him? I'm just presuming. I know I shouldn't do that. I remember once I did this reading and it was for a gay guy. I hadn't realised. When I feel the energies, it's not got like, I can feel like a masculine energy, but I don't know whether it's a man or a woman with masculine energy, right? And so incorrectly, I'd written her in his reading, and he wasn't very happy about that. I don't know. So I'm more careful about it now. Oh, another one. Someone was saying this the other day when I was on. They had one as well. Staring at the gym, but not saying anything. Oh. Yeah, it's because... Yeah, okay. So there's the attraction there, Sophia. This is why that distance thing, because Eight of Cups and the Page of Swords, this is having come out of something else. So this is someone, it's like, oh, this is interesting, but I'm not ready to be in a relationship yet because I've just come out of something else. Page of Swords, needing to get clarity and like a fresh perspective, just needs time. This one just needs time, but that is really good energy, the Two of Cups. This is a love match. And so just like I was saying to Cam before, it's a yes, go ahead with this, but slowly, you're gonna have to give them time. And you know, that's why the High Priestess card came out, is your intuition is right. And isn't that always the case? Generally it is. That in psychic readings, I am validating the information that you're already getting through to prove that you all have access to your own guidance. Talon, what does your heart have that's in the way for you reaching the roots of allowing me to let go fully? Relationships are tough. Ooh. Okay, there's an emotional thing here. Look, Ten of Swords is painful ending. Something happened to you, caused a painful ending. You've still got the emotions in you, locked in you, haven't fully been expressed yet. And so you're in protection mode. So you know there's a block there because it's in your question, right? And so how to release it then? So I was definitely getting its emotions. So, you know, I did a Zoom session with somebody yesterday, and she was trying to avoid anger in a situation that should make her angry. She was even when I was saying, but that's anger, and she's like, no, she was fully trying to bypass anger. But anger is so important. It is the correct emotion for injustice. And we experience a lot of injustice in life. And if we will allow ourselves to fully express that, it's very powerful. It's very powerful manifester when we will. I'm not talking about rage. I'm not talking about, you know, stuffing things down and then projecting them on other people. I'm talking about valid anger. It's important. And so I'm not getting it's anger for you, but clearly something painful happened with an ending. The light just flashed then. Did you see that? It's confirmation when things like that happen. Or perhaps it's just poor electricity supply because I'm on a small island. But Seven of Wands, it's got you in protection mode. So it just feels like you didn't fully feel some emotions. And I get it. Painful endings. Who wants to feel that? This is backstabby energy. So abandonment and backstabbing and what's the word? When like somebody really hurts us, you know? I can't think of the word now. Who wants to feel that? We don't want to dwell in that. We want to bypass that, right? But when we do that, it gets held in our body. Body always keeps score. Dissolving judgments. I don't have to like the actions of others in order to love my journey. How true is that? I don't have to like the actions of others in order to love my journey. Sometimes we think that when we heal ourselves, or when we heed our lessons and do things differently, you know, do that inner work within ourselves and handle ourselves differently and communicate differently and all of that, we think it will make us immune. We think that we should only get the gifts then and none of the challenges, but we don't. We still get it all. Betrayal, that's the word. Thank you, Jessica. Yeah, all of that hurts, and it's very difficult to be present with ourselves and hold ourselves in that, to allow it to pass through and to deal with it. You know, since I've been doing Muay Thai, kickboxing, for the last 8 years, and I absolutely love it. I've got a passion for it. Do you want to see me? Someone videoed me this morning. This is me this morning with James, the instructor. I do the social media for this gym. This is before it started raining this morning. I love it, and the reason I'm bringing this up is it has been brilliant for me emotionally, not just in like protecting myself, not in just protecting myself and being having that instant reactions to fight or to protect myself, defend myself and all of that, which is amazing because I went through so much from birth, went through so much abuse, which caused me to freeze, right? If abuse is from it was from all of my family, you can't fight back then, right? Because they're the ones looking after you. And so I had this, it was locked into my nervous system, this freeze. And that is not good. That is not good, because then next time, like an abusive situation or anything, I would just freeze, which would end up, you know, with me being a victim over and over again. Anyway, when I started doing my time, everything changed. It actually changed my nervous system, and so it made me much stronger in my body, yes, but in my nervous system. And there's this, our emotions are in our bodies, right? Like, have you ever seen like ducks have a fight on a pond, and then after they like separate, they'll flap and shake it all out, and then they go swimming off just like happy again. That's what we don't do as humans, and we should do. And that's why I'm bringing up Muay Thai is I do it 3 times a week now, because post-menopause I can't recover from it very fast anymore. I used to be able to do it twice a day. So I can only do it 3 times a week now, but it's enough for me to get rid of any stress and out of the body, those, you know, it's a clear out of the emotional stuff. Yeah, so strong. And it's so much fun too. It's like playtime, it's like recess at school. We just have the time of our lives. We do so much fun things together. And it's the island's quiet at the moment, so it's just like locals that are there at the moment, so even more fun. Your YouTube scrolling, my live popped up. Hello, Joy. You've watched me on and off for years. I've been doing this so long. Yeah, I can't even remember, like, if you look at my YouTube channel, how many videos are on. It's like so many. It does. It allows that release. But that's what I'm getting, is like there is this stuck emotions, right? That's got you in protection mode and dissolving judgments. It's like, often we can think that we want the world to change. Like, if everyone else has just sort themselves out, then I'd be okay, right? But that's not going to happen, because Earth is a school. Like, even when we've got 2 Earths, because we're having this split into 2 dimensions at the moment, happy days. Even with that, and so we end up divided down the middle, 50-50 of people, those more empathic, more spiritual. We want a different kind of school. We don't need war, we don't need narcissism, we don't need all of that to grow more. We want to do telekinesis and all kinds of things. We want to be, you know, creating vehicles that are biological vehicles that we can move with our minds, right? That is what we want to learn about, that kind of thing. We want to like go further. And being in a world like the old Earth energy, it's not conducive to that, because what have we had to do? I'm 54. The last 54 years, I've just had to like heal myself from the stuff that's happened to me here in this lifetime because of having all of those other ones around. And so the old Earth is going to be pretty much what we've experienced already, which is valid. It's a school. It's valid. And so even so, there'll still be challenges in this new one too. So that wanting everyone else to sort themselves out and it, you know, then would be fine, is still not going to happen, because we get so much growth out of that challenge. So you're being asked to like dissolve those judgments, especially around your emotions. See, it's not true. Even if the world became perfect and everyone else became perfect and there was no challenge, you'd still have those locked emotions inside of you. It would change nothing. See, that's what people find out, right? You go into retreat. So you back, you back away from people and the people that you're around, whether it's your work colleagues, your family, your friends, whatever, and you're having these challenges with them. And then you go into retreat and it's still going on in your mind. And we find out, oh, it's not outside of myself at all. It's inside of myself and I need to deal with it within me. Hello, the anti-hero. Yeah, my toe. I'm an MC, I'm the MC of Fight Nights. How lucky am I? How lucky am I? I don't get paid for it. I don't care. It's so cool. I'm not a fighter though. Fave combo. I do like a left kick followed by a punch. That's, yeah, at the moment. Let me show you another video then. This was this morning as well. It's crazy. Crazy. I had 2 trainers. I do like that. I like left, right. I can do it faster if it's just one trainer. I don't have to skip between them. We do fun things like that. I'm so lucky living here. And I've got such good trainers. Inner structures, yeah. We're in very interesting times. Simran, what's coming up? What's coming up? In work, well, work things are going to be changing considerably. Like, we're going to be living in a very different world in 2 years' time. There will be new roles. New roles starting. And so don't be too worried, because we are in this in between at the moment as the old structures are falling. Capitalism is falling. The patriarchy is falling. Yay! And so we're in this space where, like, and now what? Now how we know what do we create next? Wow. Simran, you got the lovers in the sun. There's a lot of happiness here in a relationship. You asked about work, and then your higher self wants to talk about relationships instead. This happens a lot. People book themselves in for a love reading, and it's like, what are you focused on love for? Because your guides like just want to talk about your career, and you want to talk about your career, and your guides are like, oh, but love. We incorrectly have been thinking that life is all about work, what we do for a living, what we do to survive, to get money to survive. We've put so much emphasis on it. Our higher self doesn't have that emphasis on it. I know it doesn't, because I talk to mine all the time. It's like, what the hell are you doing? I need to survive. I need money to pay rent. And they're like, oh yeah, we forgot about that. We forgot about that. You had a crush on your manager. Ooh, danger. Workplace stuff. It's tricky, isn't it, in the workplace, because there is an attraction, I think, that we all have toward a power. And so in the workplace, that's dangerous. Does everyone else have this experience too? If you ever go to like a theatre production, you end up falling in love with the main character, like the actor. It's the same thing. It's like, it's an attraction to power. You like the uppercut, left hook, straight body hook. Left hook to the body. Lots of us are in preparation, yeah. So I don't know about work, but yeah, you got the love thing being lined up. What about work though, Simran? It's just so difficult at the moment. Things stopping working. But that's a work card for sure. 3 of Pentacles, building things with others. There's an element of learning and teaching in there as well. Could you teach things? It's what people do here when they're looking for work. Get online and teach English online. But you've still got some pain from previous career or previous job. So you've got some emotional stuff to clear up first. The universe is giving you a break at the moment, and you know, us from our human muggle perspective, we're like, I don't need a break because we're meant to be achieving all the time. That's just patriarchy rubbish. We're not meant to be achieving all the time. We're spiritual beings. Abundance is there for us. If we just live more naturally, we would find that abundance isn't natural in all of these controls, constructs that human beings have made. If you notice, matrix chart has been accurate lately. Jobless for 5 weeks. It's the break in between. Just like when you come out of a relationship, you should have a break. So we should with anything, jobs, anything, to like come back to ourselves again. So reframe it in your mind, Simran, to be coming back to yourself and a break. You know, every time like I'm in between stuff, like I published a couple of books a few weeks ago, and there's a third coming. I haven't started channeling it yet. I know what it's called, but I don't know what it's about yet. And like if I'm in an in-between time and the guides aren't giving me inspiration for my creativity, you know, for the guided meditations or the readings or the books or whatever it is that I'm creating, if it's in a stagnant time, I'm always, don't we do this? I'm always asking them, like, I want to be busy. I want to be busy. And they're like, just relax. You're going to be busy soon. Relax. Take this break. Because once you get busy, you're going to be saying, oh, I wish I had time to relax, because that's what you do. It's like, I know, but I want to be busy. So when we're quiet, we want to be busy. When we're busy, we want some time off. So this is your time off. Enjoy it. Because you're going to be busy soon. Sucks being at home. Yeah, cafes. Go to a cafe. That's what I've started doing now. I lived in a resort before. It was kind of more pleasant to be at home. I love this place, but my room is quite dark. And yeah, I need to get out of the house more, which is good for me. And so instead of sitting in my room and reading when I'm having a break from work, I take my iPad and I go to the cafe instead. And it's just nice. Like, it's because it's a small community here, and so I bump into people that I know. Gets me out there. You might want to do something like that. And in the past, when I've been in between things as well, it's led to being in cafes and just hanging out like that. Be okay about taking up a table and just hanging. You know, sitting on one drink for hours. Yeah, the magic shows up often for me. I'm not in Cairns. I'm in Thailand. I've lived on this little island in Thailand for the last 9 years. I was up in Port Douglas. It was coming to busy season there, where they throw all the locals out of the resorts. Couldn't find anywhere to live, and I had to run. I had like 3 days left, and I'm like, I can't find anywhere to live. I'm gonna have to leave. And one of my friends at the time, it was a guy that I just started seeing. Wasn't my best move, but he wanted to travel around Southeast Asia. And I'm like, okay then, let's do that. Big mistake doing it with him, but it got me here. And when I got here on Koh Tao, I just loved it. You know, I used to live on Magnetic Island before I moved to Port Douglas, and this island is exactly the same size as Magnetic Island, but there's a lot of stuff. The gardener's stabbing leaves, picking them up. Yeah, when I got here, I'm like, this is it. The community more than anything. I got a lot of Thai friends, a lot of Western friends, and it's just so much fun. We have so much fun here. It's paradise. I love it. Joy. Let's get some cards out for you. Whatever you do to ride, strive, survive is something that makes you all the same. You know, we've got enough technology, enough resources, enough knowledge for everybody on this planet to be living an incredible life right now. But instead, what we've got are some really messed up people that want to control everyone and want to keep all the money, apparently. It's idiotic. They ruin it for everybody. Or they don't ruin it here. Oh, little island. We were the last place on earth to get COVID, you know, this little island. We were on the news apparently, everywhere else. And it was a very sad time because a lot of the community had to leave, could have had no way of making a living and eating and stuff. So the first few months of like lockdown were terrible because of the like massive poverty, you know, a lot of people working in the tourism industry here that are just like paycheck to paycheck. So the first bit was sad, but then once it got down to the core community, it's like we had the island to ourselves. It was amazing. And the police we had to follow the rules of the mainland, but because it just wasn't here, right? And so we did have more freedoms than everyone else. It's a shit show. Looks like it from outside as well. Joy, I've got some cards for you here. Let's have a look what they are. Oh, you've got Judgment and the King of Cups. Judgment is the calling, feeling a pull to do something, feeling like there's something important that you should be doing or somebody important that you could be meeting. And the King of Cups is other people appreciating you or someone in particular appreciating you. Now, with this energy, I was picking up that there's a bit of resistance here. Yeah. Feeling the pull, perhaps to get into a relationship, or I'm not talking about romantic relationships, although it could be, but it's more important, you know. It's this calling to connect. Community, it feels like one person in particular, like to co-create something with somebody. But there's a reluctance to do that coming from you, Joy, because of this. You see how in this card it's like, you know, when like the fear sits right in your belly like that and it churns and stuff. See, the boat is calm around the heart, but the belly is like your body is. So you're feeling the pull to be in community or to do things with other people, one particular person, or you're feeling the call to be amongst other people and co-create now instead of being a hermit and by yourself. But when you think about that, there's this belly stuff going on. Your body has a visceral reaction to it going, oh, I don't know whether I want to do that. Your heart's okay about it, but your stomach isn't. What to do about that? Is this making sense to you, Joy? It's funny, isn't it? Because you'd think that it would be like your heart says no, but you know, your heart is saying yes to it. So it's like you're almost aligned with it, but your belly is like, your belly is the microbiome, right? Because the majority of this human being is not human being, right? We are a community, and we're mostly bacteria, and so our microbiome has a lot of say in what we eat, in what we do, and so the microbiome will go, oh, remember what happened last time, and you know, you by the vagus nerve, it will tell your brain, your gut bacteria will say, this wasn't a good idea last time you did it. Recently. Is it recent? Yeah, it feels like that. People saving their whole life to start a business abroad. There's, yeah, Thai friends that have got business. Pretty much everyone here is an entrepreneur. Okay, what have we got for you, Joy? You've got invoking self-realization. Each breath confirms how awake I already am. There's an awareness. You've got, and releasing expectations. That's it. Only the highest possibilities come to be, whether I envision them or not. That is what your gut is saying nah to. Gangsters won't let you. Huh? Where's the gangsters? People have these weird beliefs about Thailand. And about this island in particular. But it's not true. Releasing expectations. So your gut, Joy, is saying... So your heart's got positive expectations. You're feeling ready. You're feeling the call. I've been feeling it too, which is why I'm doing these lives, and it's why I'm doing Zoom calls now with people. And it just feels like we need to be amongst each other now. It's that this growing thing of okay, not hierarchical structures anymore. Those at the top, like the weirdos at the top, who are really dysfunctional, telling us what to do. It's us building things from the ground up, right? But your gut doesn't believe that the highest possibilities will come to you. How? So give us some help on this then, gut. Vagus nerve stuff. Grounding. Yeah, grounding is important. Do you do that, Joy? Do you get your bare feet on the earth? I've got my foot on a grounding mat underneath my desk right now. I go for a walk barefoot on the beach. And look what else I've got too. Grounding sheet on my bed. So my feet and my legs are on a grounding sheet when I sleep as well. Very important to be grounded. I used to do grounding, pretend grounding in my head, like, you know, sitting in meditation, imagining roots going down. It's like, no, you actually need to be grounded. We are physical human beings on the earth, and we're a part of the earth. And the earth is holding the collective consciousness, the vibration of the collective consciousness. Yes. I'm an athlete. That's what my phone says. I've got these scales, impedance scales, the fancy ones that you have in gyms. And it says that I'm a professional athlete. I've got very good 100% muscle quality. You've been working on that. Grounding, Joy. That's what they're saying. How else? You know, there's vagus nerve stuff as well that you can do too. Pilates to get into your body, anything like that. Yeah, grounding foods as well. Of course, all natural foods are grounding, right? Meat and vegetables and fruits and all of that. But vagus nerve stuff that you can do as well. You can do tapping like around the ears, in front of the ears, in the ears, behind the ears. That gives you access to your vagus nerve. Also, eye exercises too. If you look as far right as possible, keeping your head forward, so it feels like a strain because you're taking your eyes further, and you hold it there even though your eyes don't want to keep on trying to turn them further, and it really is a strain, and you just keep on looking as far as you can, even though it's really uncomfortable, and then at some point you get a release, and it's often like a yawn that comes out. It's made me dizzy. And then you do it the other side. I didn't even get my release then, but yeah, it's usually a yawn that comes out. That stimulates the vagus nerve as well. What else? Perhaps talking to your gut as well, you know. We can talk to the cells of our body and to our gut bacteria. Say, hey, how are you doing in there? Thank you for protecting me. Interesting. The other card that came out is burden. When someone is still yet to or going through empowerment lessons. So before you started looking after yourself properly and making good decisions for yourself, that's what I'm talking about empowerment lessons. We tend to be like in the victim energy, and so things go wrong, and we need the universe to constantly save us, right? And my guides have said it's quite a waste of energy. Like the guides can do so much more for us if we just look after ourselves, so that we've got that covered, and then we can be asking for higher things from our guides instead of just like them having to scrape us up off the floor because we keep on falling over. And the reason I'm saying that is that burden card came out. So it's almost like your gut bacteria think that they have to protect you because you're not protecting yourself. So the louder through your vagus nerve ringing the warning bells than they would like to be. And so if you tell them, look, I've got this, I'm going to make good decisions to myself, I'm going to tune into my emotional state, and as soon as I feel anxiety, I'm going to make a good decision for myself so that you don't need to warn me about this, because I'm already warning myself, I'm feeling. Most people don't do that. Most people numbing all the time, scrolling so that they can't feel, drinking so that they can't feel, taking drugs so that they can't feel, all of these other things too, you know. A form of numbing so that we don't feel, eating so that we don't feel what's going on. But if we'll be present with our emotions and notice, oh, I'm starting to feel anxiety, I'm going to get away from those people, I'm going to stop being in this situation, or I'm going to quit that job, or whatever it is. Once we start really looking after ourselves like that, we start taking it to the next level like that, it's self-love is what it is, then your gut bacteria won't need to do it so much. Making homemade yogurt, yay! I do too. I make Greek yogurt, so I've got like a strainer thing, so it gets really thick. And then I have the whey and put that in my breakfast, so I have like high protein oats and superfoods in the morning. Cool. People hate you. Hello, Belinda. The same age as me. Cool. Going through similar. I like it. Menopause is good, isn't it? I did have some like hot flashy times for a while, and it was very difficult to sleep, but I got over that. And now I feel really good. I feel really good. But I don't recover. I can still recover, but I need longer between workouts, which is annoying because I was all about my workouts before. But I'm still fitter than all of the 20-year-olds that I'm training with. You made yogurt out of your yoga pants. Did we want to know that? I don't think we did. Interesting messages for you, Joy. And for all of us, we can all learn from that. Belinda. Let's get some cards out for Belinda. 2 a.m. What you're all doing awake. Sleep is very important. Yeah, let's have a joy. Let's have a Zoom call. Yeah, if anyone wants to book in with me, behealing.com. So yeah, I love doing these lives because I get to connect with you properly with your energy, show you how I work, you know, the depths that I can go into and all of that. I love it. I love this work and connecting with you all. So yeah, if anyone wants to book in with me, energy healings, psychic readings, a Zoom call so we can do whatever comes up, go for it, behealing.com. And my one question readings are always available as well. Get those out very quickly. Okay, Belinda. Got the Ten of Pentacles out here, which is about building something for long term. This would be like getting a house to make a home that you're going to be in for a long time, or a career that is going to be stick around for a long time that you're going to be able to build upon and, you know, progress in that career and all of that kind of thing. It's all long-term stuff. And then you've got this Knight of Wands, which is impulsive. I just want to do what's fun instead. Almost opposite energies here. You know, I just thought many years ago, when I was quitting my corporate job, so I worked in corporate IT for 8 years in my 20s, and then I quit it. And I remember having this conversation with my mum. She was saying, like, you should still be paying into your pension and all of that kind of thing. Now you've quit. And I said to her, why? Because there'll be nothing left of it It'll just be a waste. There'll be nothing left of it by the time it's coming for me in retirement. And we're seeing that that's clearly true. I knew it. I knew that it would just be completely wasted money if I did that. And the reason I'm saying that is because there's a part of you that wants to do something fun, right? Living in the moment, doing something fun, being impulsive. And then there's this other side of you that's going, but Ten of Pentacles, that should be building something for the future, have something for myself. It's very muggle-minded, this, and this is more like, but I'm a spirit, a free spirit, and I can do anything. So what's that about? Two sides of you, it's all you. There's nothing wrong with either of them. Let's get some confirmation. Is it resonating with you, Belinda? I am more on the Knight of Wands side. Like, I know I'm supported by my guides and by the universe all the time. I always land on my feet. Sometimes it's really stressful, sometimes it's last minute, like getting evicted last week and then finding this place, moving into it. That was a very stressful time, a really stressful time. And the guy's like, have we ever let you down, Claire? And it's like, no, but you don't really care about my nervous system, do you? Because you leave it till last minute, and it's terrifying. Terrifying. Anyway. But yeah, I err on the Knight of Wands side of it, because if I'm alive, the universe is going to be supporting me. If I'm alive, I'm still going to be doing my thing. I'm still going to be training. I'm still going to be working. Ten of Pentacles, what? Oh, broken-hearted. Three of Swords, Eight of Cups, because you had to walk away from something. You built something up in the past, and it was all for now. You had to walk away from it. You lost. 5:10 in Melbourne. It's 1:11 here. PM. This is probably a good time for Australia then. Okay, so there's a reluctance to build something because you built something before and it'll last, you know. Ashes to ashes and all of that kind of thing, you know. Everything that we build does decay, doesn't it? It does. Our spiritual side wants us to be in the moment, doesn't it? But then we've got this muggle side that goes, yeah, but, you know, I should have something for myself. Even though nothing is permanent, and we know that. And so there's this Knight of Wands side of you, the more spiritual side of you, impulsive, and I'll be in the moment because that is more who I am. Risk taker. It's clearer for you as well. Gives you clarity of mind. Yeah, I had a call yesterday with somebody. It's very hard not to judge ourselves based on money, like those muggle values of money and business and success and achievement. Achieve. Patriarchy says, get your dopamine hits, achieve. Don't ever have downtime. Always be on, always be achieving, otherwise you're worthless. You can't have anything. To a ridiculous level now, right? It just seems bizarre to me, you know. When I was a kid, we were doing really well just on my dad's income. A family of 4 doing well on one income. Paying the house off within about 10 years, I think it took them. Impossible now. Impossible even one person to do that for themselves. Never mind be taking care of a family. It's like now you've got to have like 2 or 3 jobs and still then it's a struggle. It's just insane. It's insane the amount that they have us working. Anyway, 2 of Swords. See, so this is saying you get more clarity when you are in the moment, this impulsive self, and you're in the moment. But you don't know about it. It's like you haven't got clarity on that. So this is like you being pulled in 2 directions. Your muggle side of yourself, even though it hurts, you had to, and you know it's like stuff doesn't last forever. You've tried to do it before. You've had to walk away from it and you've lost, which is no fault of your own. That is the way of the world, especially now. So relying more on your spiritual side, but then there's this other part of you, you know, it's like the angel and the devil on their shoulder, isn't it? It's not really an angel or a devil, it's just these opposing views, these opposing energies within you. This is saying you kind of need to make your mind up here. Who are you? And what energy do you want to be in? Because it's all right. But while you're questioning yourself, you're out of alignment. Choose what you're really like. Really know yourself. Without validation, especially from muggles. Semi-retired. Do bookkeeping. Yeah, free spirit. But then bookkeeping, you know, it's like one foot in one world and one foot in the other world. Yeah. But if you know yourself and how you sit with that, there'll be less of that battle that seems to be shown on the cards, the battle within, about it. And that goes for everyone as well, listening to this. The more you choose to know who you are and what energies you are, and we're a lot of different energies, aren't we? But the more you stop questioning yourself about that and you just know yourself, then there's no need for external validation anymore, because the external validation that we get isn't very good. It tends to be a load of judgment. How do you get out of catch-22? Make a choice. Make a choice for yourself. Hard choices. You always have to give something up. There's no easy choices in life that are beneficial for you. There's always something to give up. You have to take the rough with the smooth, you know? You make a decision and there is something that was good that went along with it that you're deciding not to go with anymore. But the rough part is very short-lived when you're making a decision that's right for yourself. A lot of people avoid making those tricky decisions because they're not willing to give up what goes with it, what they need to give up with it. But if they just do it, then they'd see that there is a way more gifts from those choices, those tricky choices that we make. There you go. I think I'm semi-retired too, Belinda. I remember school holidays and just like pottering around with my mum, and it just felt right. Instead of going to school or like what my dad was doing, going to work, it felt right to be at home and pottering around and doing things, that lifestyle. And then, like I said before, in my 20s, for 8 years, I worked in corporate straight after uni. I worked in corporate, and my entrepreneurial side and that freedom side of me was just like, get me out of here. Like, it just wasn't for me, especially in an office. Ugh. And after that, so when I started my business, I needed freedom within it. I need, like, that. I've got that at the moment. Even the management of the gym that I do, I've got complete freedom. I can do it whenever I want. And so I go and do the social media for them. It's up to me whether I go and do the social media. I just need to like answer calls and messages and stuff like that for them. But I've got complete freedom in that, and I've got complete freedom in my business, so that when the guides, which they're about to do, because they're going to give me a third book. I say third book, it's really my 11th book. I've written 13 now, and 10 of them, or 11 of them have been published. There's another one its way. But to be available for that, and for the guided meditations, and for I work for my guides. And so when they give me the inspiration, I need to be free in order to follow that and to do what they tell me to do. And then I put it out there. Well, my energy's flagging now. So thank you everyone for coming along. That was fun. I hope you stick around being a subscriber and enjoy my readings. You can be a member of the channel as well if you want to. You'll get the ad-free meditations if you become a member, and you'll also get the readings before everyone else as well. Do help me out too. If anyone else would like to go deeper, or if you didn't catch me live and you want to get your own reading from me, book yourself in on behealing.com. I'd love to connect with you. You can either do like written readings, I'll either do it in my own time and send it to you so you've got it to keep, or we'll get on Zoom and do it together. Thanks everyone for coming. Lovely to meet you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.